Out here in front of the Perth Maggots court. When I become Governor General, as I said on my political website for 10 years now, I will convert this building and every Maggots court across Australia and turn it into a Bill of Rights court for the Australian people, so they can come to this court and file their disputes and damages claims and compensation against the criminals and murderers in our parliaments and all these government people, you know, killing Australians with the COVID injection and the psychiatric injections and euthanasia injections, and the police just terrorising everybody. Like, that's pretty much what Australia is, you know, and you're bringing millions of people from other nations. They've got thousands and thousands of foreigners working in the government here, you know, to kill us off and destroy our rights. And this stupid pig here, this pig, Mr. Heath, is supposedly in charge of this building, making me come back for a matter for over 10 years where this foul pig here, Stephen Ryan, cop, Nazi, PD 13845, and Chris Biles, PD 13723, stood in front of me, had no reason to come in front of me at the Supreme Court Gardens in 6th of June 2015, a Freedom of Rights Christian rally. It was a public Christian rally for the freedom of rights of Christians, and they organised it. They invited me to speak, and I was just using my voice. No microphone, nothing. And all of a sudden there were police everywhere, 50 police, and they were, "Hello Teresa, how you going?" Because, you know, quite public, they know who I am. And then these two Nazis stood in front of me, these two pigs. I'll say their names again: Stephen Ryan, PD 13845, and Chris Biles, PD 13223. Where's my glasses? Or 13723. It's on my video anyway, all the details, other video. Anyway, they just stood in front of me all of a sudden and said, "Oh, what's your name?" and all this, and I gave them my name. I said, "I'm a teacher, I go in federal elections." I gave them my political flyer with my name and address on it. And then they're lying. They are liars, malicious, sadistic liars. And then they dragged me away, for 3 hours, and you know, and all this suffering towards me. And they're basically lying because I gave them my name and my details, and they're saying that I didn't. They should be fucking fired and criminally charged, and all the other people. And I wrote in my submission, 50 plus people, political and government people in Western Australia who deserve to be jailed for assault, torture, attempted murder, criminal defamation towards me, killing my brother now in that Leshen building in Armidale. If I can't get him out, it'll be murder one. And this is what they're like. They'll kill you, steal from you, and kill your relatives and everything. And this idiot in charge of this building, Mr. Heath, wouldn't listen, wouldn't take my written submissions. I already posted in Express Post written submission with the book as evidence about what they did, all the criminality and the violence, and how I had to flee the state 10 years ago and go to Sydney and Melbourne because they tried to kill me here, and all the violence towards me and my family. And this pig here is making me come back from meetings I've got in South Australia and Canberra in the middle of October. Making me fly back and from meetings I've got in South Australia, and I've been invited to go to the National Prayer Breakfast in Canberra at the Parliament House, making me come back for this bullshit where they falsely accused me, where they lied and falsely accused me, and he ended up walking out of the room, Mr. Heath did at the end. If he wouldn't, listening to me, he wouldn't take my submissions. He should be in jail. This has to be a Bill of Rights court for the population. When I become Governor General, I will convert this to a Bill of Rights court for the population in every Maggots court across Australia. And all the police, they want to go and charge people, murder, rape, drug trafficking, you know, violent criminals. They can go to the district court and the Supreme Court instead of terrorising the population, terrorising Christians, trying to kill Christians and destroy the rights and freedoms of Australians, Christians and other Australians. And that's exactly what they've been doing for 200 years, since they came off those boats. And this disgusting Maggots court, where they've got, it's a police court because they don't have a lawyer on one side and a lawyer on the other, and it has to be three up the front. Now, I'm a teacher for 30 years, and I told that man in this building, who's running this building, teacher for 30 years and I was born here. And they think he's trying to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about. Well, he should be in jail. Mr.